Hey everyone, this is Amanda Clark here. Welcome to my podcast. Today we're going to talk about insurance services and what we provide here at the agency, and just also talk about some important points of interest that may help you in deciding how to purchase a policy, where to go to. Uh, Stay tuned. Thank you. The insurance we provide at the agency is your standard, your home, auto, umbrella insurance for homeowners. We also do rental dwellings and mobile homes, renters insurance. We do business insurance and life insurance. We also do health insurance here at the agency, and we have some great providers for that. So the question is, how can a person choose his or her insurance? Really, it all comes down to your needs and looking at the policies, looking over the liabilities, and making sure there's enough coverage for your household, knowing what your assets are, and what needs covered. The best way to do this, and that's not just because I'm an insurance agent, but I believe, is to meet with one and have them explain to you what each coverage means and what things you might be missing. Like with a homeowner's policy, for instance, what if they didn't ask you about your jewelry coverage? Well, if you have jewelry, it's not necessarily covered over the $200 or $2,500. So that will be a key point to know as an insured. But if you're not dealing with insurance every day, then how would you know that? So meeting with an insurance agent would be my advice to anyone that I talk to. Can they buy more than one insurance policy? I hope they buy all the insurance policies, but they don't necessarily need that. No, you cannot double cover one item. That would be the thing. You can't buy two insurance policies for one home and have double the coverage. Just one would pay out, not all of them. So with business insurance, I like to sit down with a business owner and go over their plan. I want to know what their plan is for the next several years. What I like to look at their policies, go through the policies, and make sure that whatever we're quoting is apples to apples, and then talk to them about coverages that they might need. A lot of times business owners do their insurance when they start out, and then they don't reevaluate it for a very long time or until they have a claim. I've had some clients that moved and didn't tell the agent. Well, the sad news is that there's wasn't any coverage for their theft. They actually just reduced it. The company was good about it, but because they didn't list their new location on the policy, there was no coverage at that location. So it's really important to sit down and review with an agent every year, if not every other year, and go through and make sure that if you've got new tools, if you've got new equipment in your physician's office, that they're insured. So, well, this I could talk about all day. What are the benefits of having life insurance? When you have a life insurance policy, the first thing that we're looking at is that death benefit, a tax-free death benefit to those you love, or to pay off bills, or basically for a business to pay off loans. For that, you can have term insurance, whole life insurance. Your term insurance is like a renter's. Basically, you're going to have it for a period of time. It's going to pay out a nice benefit to your loved ones. They've already lost you, so here's their income replacement, or whatever they need. It's definitely a very satisfying insurance for me to sell, because I can help out a family that just had their whole life kind of smashed out from under them. So with the permanent policies, there's some more benefits for it. Life insurance is not investment, but it's a policy that you can have a savings, like a forced savings in that you can borrow from to start your business or to buy a car or do things down the road. Health insurance is definitely an insurance that you should have. I believe that it's a law that we all have health insurance, and I'm happy to provide that now. We have Blue Cross and Priority Health, and also HAP right now for our clients. Insurance an investment or not? No, it's not an investment, but it protects your investments. That's why you should have it. You should have your insurance lined up with your liability, whatever your assets are. We would want your liability to cover that if you're sued. It also can be a savings program, but no, it's not an investment. Pet insurance is a program that you can buy for your dogs and cats. We do not sell for other types of pets right now, but basically there's a couple different types of pet insurance. There's some that are reimbursable. There's some that pay out on the spot. But the biggest thing to look for in your pet insurance is the exclusions. Do they cover genetics, deform, if a dog has a hip dysplasia or they're known to have hip dysplasia, is that excluded on the policy? It's good to have. We all know and love our little animals, and it's great to have something that will give you a little bit of money back, because we know those vet bills are heavy. Workers' compensation is a must-have for businesses. It pays for the employees' wages and their injuries if they're injured on the job. Another insurance that you would want to have coincide with that, because workers' comp does not cover the business owner. It's only for their employees. That actually excludes the business owner. So another insurance to have alongside that will be your disability insurance. And disability can be on an individual or a group basis. And basically it's protecting your paycheck, guys. We just need to have that covered if something was to happen to you. You fall off a ladder, you get fall off a snowmobile and you get hurt. You have no coverage unless you have disability. Insurance fraud, we don't want to do that. That's just not something that you want to do. If you have teenagers in the house, tell your insurance about that. Tell your insurance agent about that. If you have had claims before, reveal that. Talk to the agent about that before. I usually divide into 3 parts. We're talking about your bodily injury, liability, under and uninsured motorists. All of those coverages are to help you in case of a lawsuit, or if you're injured in an accident and you have to sue somebody. Then we look at your medical portion, your PIP. There's a lot of different changes in the industry with that. In 2020, there was auto reform. Since '76, we all had unlimited health insurance in the state of Michigan. Basically, the personal injury protection was unlimited until 2020. And now we have a lot of different options, but it's very important to educate yourself, to sit with an agent and go over the different outcomes that could happen if you decide to lower that. Then you've also got to insure the car or not. That's your comp and collision. Those are the places where I say to save the most money will be with your deductibles. Looking at those, don't save when it comes to liability or your health insurance portion of your auto policy. Just really, your cars, they're replaceable and you're not. So what's not covered in pet insurance? Pre-existing conditions. If there's something wrong with your animal beforehand, before you buy the policy, then they will have already pulled records. They know about that, so you can't really conceal it. That's fraud anyways. So basically your pre-existing conditions and then whatever's excluded in the policy is what wouldn't be covered. An umbrella, basically like that. You've got the umbrella, you have your home insurance, your auto insurance that have their limits that are underneath an umbrella policy. If you have boats or any type of recreational vehicle, if they're insured, they could also be insured with your umbrella policy. Basically, an umbrella policy can go from $1 million, we sell all the way up to $20 million over top of that in case you're sued. So if you run out of the lower limits, if you run out of your base limits in a terrible accident, you can have as many insurance policies as you want. At the same time, you can have them all, but do you need them? I don't know. Talk to your agent. Do you need all of the insurance policies? Right now, the Back to the Bricks is revving up in the background, and that's the vehicles that are going by. I hope they're all insured.